Hey y'all, it's Kelly Janae with Ethereal Ecology. I am walking out onto the dock so that I can tell you all a cool little story. And I must say that it is absolutely beautiful out here. It's like 9:30 and it's not even dark out yet. Such is apparently northern Michigan in the summer. So blessed to be here. So I wanted to tell this story that's pretty weird. You will learn this over time as you continue watching my videos, but I have developed a variety of deep psychic senses over the years, as some may call it. Psychic senses meaning being able to tune into information that is outside of the normal human sensory experience of the five senses. You can think about clairvoyance, being able to see the future, as one very common example of that. There's also clairaudience, the ability to hear what is not actually being said in this dimension or realm or whatever, a bit of a higher consciousness understanding and ability to hear what's going on. The empathy. Empathy is also a psychic sense, the ability to feel what others are feeling in your body. Claircognizance, the just spontaneous knowing of information. But anyways, these senses have come about just because of the spiritual work that I've been doing, tuning into spirits, literally, doing rites of passage in shamanic traditions where you work with animal spirits and higher consciousness cosmic beings, etc. Doing theta healing, which is a sort of healing method that uses a meditation to stimulate a theta brainwave in your brain so that you're able to overcome all other energies and touch base with creator. These all sound really weird and crazy, but basically I'm prefacing this with those tidbits of information because there's a story that I'm about to tell that it requires you to know these things about me. So I was sitting outside with my friend, sitting outside that cabin over yonder the other night, and we're just chilling, and I'm telling her, we're just kind of talking to each other, and I'm like, I am so happy that you are here, and you are such a beautiful human being, you're hilarious, you're this, you're that. And when I started talking, I heard this beam, and there's these high-pitched noises that I'll hear sometimes that are like some kind of higher dimension trying to get in contact with me. And some people say that's like angels trying to talk to you and such. And I've found that when you start to tune in when that happens, sometimes you'll get information. And this time, that was louder than anything I've ever heard. And I was just like, did you hear that? And she's like, hear what? And what happened next was just really crazy. So sometimes I'll get visions and they'll just come over me, and I'll have to just whoa, hold on a second, I'm getting a vision, it's coming over me. And this really strongly happened. So I was like, I need you to wait a second because something's happening. And after about a minute of processing what had happened, and I'm seeing this in sort of my third eye, it's just happening, and you know it's happening and you can see it, but it's not with your eyeballs. There was this huge hemisphere of golden light that was sort of closing over us, and underneath it was a big wave, an ocean wave, and they were coming over us. And I saw in the distance, in my mind's eye, this mountain range, and it was beautiful, and a storm was brewing over it. And then this silhouette, this big silhouette that filled all of the space of the universe, every fiber of the fabric, was this silhouette, this white silhouette, a humanoid that formed, and it had this beautiful rainbow aura around it. And this moment was just whoa. I mean, it was so gorgeous to see and so beautiful, and it filled my heart with just joy. And I realized in that moment that there was some sort of entity that wanted to communicate with us, my friend and I. And so when that happens, I ask, if it's a friendly spirit. And if you're watching this like, what the hell is this girl talking about? She's crazy. Please just believe me when I say that spirits are real. They will talk to you if you tune in, whether you want it or not. But this was a positive spirit, a beautiful spirit. And so my friend and I put our hands on each other's, and then we put our hands out as if the spirit could, hold its hands with us, because I felt like the spirit was sort of facing out onto this water. And I asked the spirit to give us a message, and I heard immediately an owl, like, hoo, hoo, or whatever they sound like. And I was like, whoa, that was pretty crazy how that happened. And then I look over to where the spirit should be, and in the distance there's like lightning that goes off. And every time I look over, feeling like I need to look over, lightning goes off. And then we ask again, like, what is your name? And then we hear frogs immediately go off, like, ribbit, ribbit. We're like, what the heck? And then we ask some other questions, and every single time we ask this thing a question, out in the distance towards where I saw it in my mind's eye, some nature sound would happen. Like a fish would jump, the lightning would go off, the frog, a bird, or something. And we just sort of like realized, okay, this spirit it's everything. It is nature, it is creator, it is a reminder that it's a reminder of the fact that we are one with the universe and the one with everything. And I don't know, I just wanted to share that beautiful vision, because sometimes we get very lost in life. We feel very isolated, and we lose that sense of connection that I believe is really our purpose in life, is to just remember that we are connected, to become reconnected with Mother Earth, with the sky from which our planet was formed, and from which the stardust descended and evolved and became this absolutely bizarre reality where we have consciousness and are able to reflect upon the miraculous nature of life. And so I just really encourage each of you to sort of, if you're watching this video, just take a moment and like understand that everything is connected. You literally could not exist without that something that came before you, that came before you, that came before you. And even, this water, this boat, this sunset, the asshole driver down the street who, cut me off, the dogs, the lights, the flowers, one of these things is not like the other. But either way, good or bad, whatever we want to label it, we are one with everything. And this is a beautiful reality, because it means that we're never alone. And that we are powerful. Like, we can trigger change. It's the butterfly effect. It's a real thing. And just by radiating our positivity and raising our consciousness and understanding that there's more to life than just selfishness and greed and everything, and that when you really start to become one again, to remember that you're one with the universe, life becomes so much more blessed, and you become more grateful for things. And I am so grateful for having this crazy experience that I got to share with my friend, of that vision of the spirit of oneness in the form that it chose to take on that day. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. Of course, I will keep you posted as other crazy things happen, and I hope you have a beautiful morning, day, or evening. Bye.